While it was nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man, for now, we must say goodbye. What is going on with the Disney-Sony split? It took me a few days to really process this because Spider-Man was one of my favorite characters growing up as a kid. And to see him in the MCU, which is on fire right now, was very exciting. And the way they set him up in Endgame to be, in Far From Home, to be the next Tony Stark, to be the face of the MCU going forward, was very exciting to think about. And even that cliffhanger when his identity being exposed, that was amazing. I do have some theories that I will point out in this video, but I just want to say that as I process this whole debacle, all right, this whole divorce, that feels like this would feel like a divorce, or like I got broke up with. But to really process this, and I honestly am still very hopeful. I know there's reports out there, Tom Holland saying that he already heard the pitch for Spider-Man 3 is very different. It has to be, because Sony can't reference anything in Endgame. All the stuff that his character has went through, they really can't reference anything. So with Disney and Sony going their own separate ways, what can we expect from Spider-Man going forward? I don't know, something completely different than what we've been used to. They're gonna make sure that his story is self-contained, and here are my ideas of what they could do. Number one, what they could potentially do is just make his stories more self-contained. Sony really wants to cross Spider-Man over with Venom and Carnage. So they're probably gonna do their own Maximum Carnage adaptation on the screen, but Sony is playing a very, I don't want to say dangerous, but I will say it's risky. They're playing a very risky hand by pulling Spider-Man out of the MCU and having them stand alone in their own universe. Because it's risky, because people are already invested in Tom Holland's Spider-Man inside the MCU. His character was centered around the Avengers and Tony Stark, with Tony being sort of like his Uncle Ben. For now, all of that's going away, and the story is going to be relatively isolated. What can we expect? Well, like I said, it's going to be an isolated story. I think that I heard rumors that Kraven the Hunter is going to be the main antagonist for the third Spider-Man film. They desperately want to do the Sinister Six. They have plans to do the Sinister Six during Andrew Garfield's run and kick off their whole Sony shared universe. But with that being scrapped, and Marvel was laying the seeds for the Sinister Six, now is a really good time for them to do it. But it's going to be weird, okay? And they could potentially do it to where Spider-Man's on a run. Kind of, sort of, he's still in the MCU a little bit. Here's my theory. So, going off the cliffhanger of Homecoming, right? They could potentially have the story be more self-contained, where he just ducks off and goes to San Francisco, right? And that's where Venom is currently. And that's where he kind of crosses over with Venom, and as he's trying to dodge the villains, as he's trying to change the story or whatever he tries to do to protect his identity, is going to have him come across Venom because they want to cross them over. At the same time, he's on the run from Kraven, who's trying to hunt him, and they can do Kraven's Last Hunt or something similar. It'd be kind of weird to do Kraven's Last Hunt with him just now being used, but that's neither there. And so they could tell that story and not mention anything that happened in Endgame and anything that happened in Infinity War that pertains to the MCU. So then by the time that they start their own, resume negotiations and bring him back to MCU, because he has to come back. It's way too much money involved between both parties for them to stay separated forever. So I truly believe that they're going to come together. Now, my initial theory for Spider-Man 3, whatever it was going to be called, that Skrulls would be involved, and the Skrulls would kind of help protect Peter's identity, because that's a big part of his character, is having a secret identity. Whereas I know most of the Avengers, all of the Avengers, their identities are pretty open. So, but what makes Spider-Man work is his identity being secret, and he's protecting those that he loves. So I hope they stay true to that. As far as where I see them going after this, like I said, I really do see them coming back together and making money, because Sony wants to do it animated universe, but Disney holds the rights to that, so they have to come to some sort of agreement to where they can both coexist. Sony can get what they want, Disney can get what they want. They bring Tom Holland back into the MCU. But I will say that I'm not trying to give anyone hope, false hope, but I am saying that I am very hopeful myself that we will see Spider-Man in the MCU again. It sucks right now, but I just want to say, guys, don't lose heart. I'm pretty sure Tom Holland will be back with the Avengers. Because if he doesn't come back, like I said, Sony is making a very huge gamble. People might even boycott the Spider-Man films just to get Sony to either work another deal out with Marvel or sell the rights back to Disney. So, I mean, it's a very dangerous gamble, because I know, like, I've watched a lot of the online reactions and people are very upset and they're talking about boycotting Sony and this, that, and the other. But then some people are mad at Disney, saying Disney's being greedy. And I'm like, both sides are to blame with this, but can you blame Disney for using their name, using the MCU, the very profitable MCU, to make Spider-Man more popular than he's ever been in film, making $1 billion with Far From Home, Sony's most profitable movie ever. All right, so it's very likely that they will come together, because there's tons of money to be made. Spider-Man will be back in the MCU sooner than later, I am pretty sure. Anyway, guys, post your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you still have hope? Do you not care anymore? Just let me know, and I will see you in the comments.